Today I'm gonna try to restore this. It's a post-war helmet, and it looks like a paratrooper helmet of the 101st, of course. And it also has some decals, as you can tell. This helmet is completely non-original. The straps on the side I've homemade, and today I want to repaint it and recork it. First, we're gonna take out the liner. As you can see, post-war liner. It's with a dark OD7 color. So let's take that out. Like that. And let's take off the net. And just like that, the net is gone. And now all we have left is the steel shell. And this is of course what we're going to paint. I've got some very fine sandpaper, a little bit more coarse sandpaper, but it's still quite fine. And I have some, even more coarse sandpaper. First I'm gonna start with the real coarse sandpaper. Sand the inside. Let me turn on the light so maybe it's more visible. Maybe this helped a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna switch over to the little bit less coarse sandpaper. There are two stamps on the inside of the helmet, and I want to get rid of them. Okay, the stamps are almost gone. I think the inside has been sanded good enough, and now I'm gonna try to clean it. Otherwise, the paint won't stick, and that's of course a problem. Of course, you don't really need to paint the inside if you're going to use it for reenactment. You could also just keep it the same way as just a post-war color. But I just want to paint the inside of the helmet because I have already painted the outside, and there's also some texture. It's hard to tell, but there's also some texture on the helmet, and that's actually sand from Point du Hoc in Normandy, so that's pretty cool. Now I'm outside, and what I'm going to do is first I'm going to use masking tape like this to mask off the straps, because I don't want to paint the straps. Just very simple. Just make sure that you don't paint the strap, that's all. Then paint the tile around it. Alright, I think I'm done with the masking tape. And now, of course, what am I going to use to paint the helmet?
What are those?
army paint, industrial, from Fosco, olive drab color. And what am I going to use for the corking? I've got this little can, and inside of there I have a lot of corks. I got a coaster and I got a cheese grater and I used the cheese grater to get all those pieces about the same size. So what did I do? I used a sieve to sieve it, and yeah, that way I got pretty much all same size cork. I've got this little plastic container, and that has holes in it, and that way I can sprinkle it on top and evenly spread out the cork. Alright, let's paint. I'm gonna do a light coat, and I'm just gonna do many layers. So I'm not gonna spray paint it all until it's a thick mess and it's gonna drip. That's not what I want. I think that's good enough. And now I'm gonna place this inside to dry. So now that the helmet is dry, we're ready for the second coat. So that's what we're gonna do now. So let's put on the second coat. That's enough. Now we're gonna turn the helmet around, so we're gonna do the top. Now I have some cork inside of the container and spray paint, and we're gonna spray the helmet a little bit, and then I'm gonna sprinkle this on top like that. And now I'm just sprinkling it on my hand and then going against the helmet. Sprinkle some pepper and salt over it. And spray paint. I think this is enough. Now I'm gonna bring it inside. It's drying nicely right now, and I think it's ready to paint again. I want to do more layers, and that makes the cork stick better, and I think it looks a little bit nicer. So let's do that. So let's spray paint another layer on it. Really try not to touch the cork that much, because if you touch the cork will flatten and it will look horrible. Now I have put another layer of paint on it. We're gonna leave it to dry again. As you can see, the helmet finally is dry to the touch, and now I'm ready to sand these edges, because World War II helmets, the rims were made of stainless steel, and stainless steel, well, it didn't take the paint very well. So to get that effect, I'm going to use some sandpaper to get rid of the paint on these edges, and make it look like a real World War II helmet. First, let's get rid of these pieces of tape and paper. And it's gone. By the way, be careful with the fresh paint, because you can easily damage it. And now I'm just gonna sand it. Now I have sanded it, and I'm not sure if you can tell, but the rim is now quite shiny. I'm just using the complete roll of sandpaper so I can sand the sides. What you could also do is grab a standing knife and kind of carve the paint away. So you can be a little bit more precise with where you want the paint to be missing, or you could just naturally let it weather. I'll show you the end product.